out to Osceola Forest. I'm going to be camping out there for the weekend. I'm going to be living it up at a little place called Ocean Pond Campground. I'm going to enjoy being out in nature, enjoying the sunshine, cooking up some good food, kayaking, fishing, and just expecting a good time. I'm going to be getting there later than what I like to get. Hopefully it doesn't get too dark before I get stuff set up. So let's get to getting. Let's get to getting. Ocean Pond Campground is a cute little campground in the Osceola Forest. They do offer electric and water sites or water only sites, or you can be like me and just end up in the woods in their primitive area. It's the cheapest option and usually it's the quietest option. However, this place was packed today. My daylight hours were running low, so once I got to camp, I immediately started putting that tent up and getting my cot ready. I was dang sure gonna have a comfy place to sleep tonight, and I sure did work myself up an appetite. Let's make some beef quesadillas for dinner, but first we need to make us some quesadilla sauce. Got mayonnaise and sour cream. Gonna do about half a cup of each. Gotta do this quick. It's getting dark. It's getting dark. Go ahead and give that a good stir. About a tablespoon or two of jalapeno juice. Pickled jalapeno juice. A little bit of garlic. A little bit of paprika. A little bit more garlic powder, because why not? Cumin. And just in case you're hoping for the exact recipe, you can find that in the description. It's a little hard to get it good and stirred in these cups. Just dice up however many jalapenos you want in there. And you can use fresh jalapenos, but you know I pickled these from my garden last year, so of course I'm going to use them. Make sure you do a good job of getting everything mixed up. And the longer this stuff sets together, the better it tastes, because it gives it time to marinate. Thank you. Almost forgot a little bit of salt and pepper. Let me tell you, darling, this stuff is so good. I like to throw it on just about anything. One of my favorite things about solo camping is how easy it is to cook supper. You don't have to worry about bringing a ton of stuff because the little stuff will do. And you get to cook it the exact way you like it. No feelings of, man, I know they don't like this, or I know they would prefer it like that. And you know how we do it. We're always putting ourselves last and everyone else first. So solo camping has been a beautiful gift to myself. Once my burner got nice and hot, I threw some butter on there and started to cut up some onions and bell peppers. I'm going to allow them to slowly saute. And you know this smells good. I know everybody in the campsite right now looking around talking about, ooh, they getting hungry. I seasoned them onions and pepper with a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I threw me some beef on there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to that too. And then just a little bit of Tony's, because you know I like it spicy. And once I get everything cooked just the way I like it, I'm going to take it off and put it to the side. Wipe my little burner off a little bit and throw some more butter down there. Then I grabbed myself a massive tortilla, because you know a girl's got to eat. Not hungry yet. Then I'm going to let that bad boy cook on each side just for a few minutes. And I'm going to throw some cheese on there. Give it a second to kind of melt. Then stuff it with that beef and onion mixture. And add me a ton of my quesadilla sauce, because that's the best part. Then I'm going to flap it over and let that cheese seal it shut. Then I'm going to let it cook just a few seconds on each side, making sure that I don't give it time to burn. Then I'm going to take it off and cut it up however I like. Give the good Lord some thanks. And then enjoy a beautiful meal at my campsite. I came inside my tent to eat because everybody in the campground wants to talk. This place is busy. I don't know if it's spring break or what it is, but this place is busy. It's busy. It's busy. I'm going to head to bed. Good night. Good morning. Go get some coffee. Well, Well, it's not quite coffee, it's cappuccino, but I wanted something I didn't have to worry about bringing any cream or sugar to, because, I don't quite like it black. It's a little chilly yet. Well, it's supposed to be getting 90 degrees today, or at least close to it. It got down to like 49 or 50 last night, which to me makes great camping weather because it's cool at night but hot during the daytime. Alright, I'm gonna go get dressed and then we're gonna take the kayak out. It is a beautiful morning for sure, and I cannot wait for that sun to kiss on my cheeks. I'm gonna head out and explore the lake. I am gonna bring my fishing rod and try to do a little fishing, but I think I'm heading out a little bit too late for that, but we'll see. And what I always tell my grandbabies is, you ain't gotta catch a fish to catch a good time, and no matter what, we gonna have a blessed day anyways. To me, what's so special about this little pond is on every little bend, it's like being in a new place. Because I've spent so many phases of my life out here, from childhood to raising my family to my grandbabies, each little corner holds a special memory in my heart. Sometimes we just need to sit still and enjoy the quiet. Well, it didn't quite reach that 90 degrees that I was looking forward to, but it's still hot enough that I think I want to take a dip. Well, darling, I hate to tell you, but I worked myself up quite the appetite. I'm gonna make a stuffed pita pocket. I used to make this all the time when I was fresh out of my parents' house, living by myself. I just loved how easy it was and the convenience, and it had some of my favorite things in it. And then I slowly stopped making it because I had kids and they didn't like onions, and I ended up with an old man that didn't like broccoli. But you know what? Like I said again, it's something about being solo that changes everything. It's kind of hard at first to do things by yourself, but then it just becomes magical when you get to make it all about yourself. Well, don't let me sit here and rumble on. You know, my parents did call me the mouth of the South growing up. Let's get back to cooking. I got this griddle nice and hot, and then I threw some butter down. Added me a piece of beef and gave it a little bit of salt, peppers, and some Tonys. Sliced me up an onion and threw it on that hot griddle. I'm going to let it saute down. Add a little bit of salt and pepper to that too. And I cut me up a little bit of bell pepper. I know, I can't sing. You ain't gotta tell me. After giving them onions just a few minutes, I added those bell peppers on there, and I'm gonna give them a good stir. Allow the seasoning that's on there already to kind of mix with the bell peppers. And I'm going to give everything else another little squirt of that Tony's. I don't know what it is about sauteing an onion, but dang, it sure smells good. I mean, you could be cooking the most simplest thing, but if it has an onion sauteed up in some butter, man, it smells like $1 million recipe. And speaking of butter, I'm going to add a little bit more on there too. It's the game changer. I'm going to let everything continue to saute down, and I'm going to remove that steak when it's just a little bit rarer than I like. And yes, that's right. I'm going to add me a little bit more butter on there because I got to saute me some broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. I sure do love these vegetables when they're stir-fried down. It's some of my favorite food. I'm just going to let all this cook down for a little while, stirring it as I go. Now, I like my veggies still a little crunchy, but if you like yours, mushy, just go ahead and cook them down a little bit longer than I do. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic to my veggies too. And that's right, darling. You can't go wrong with extra garlic. Once I got the broccoli cooked the way I like it, I'm just going to start to mix everything together. Ooh-wee! I know y'all ready to come on over for supper. And you're more than welcome to. Just make sure you bring your appetite. Now I'm just going to chop up that beef into some little pieces. Little bite-sized pieces. And then I'm going to add them back to the pan, mixing everything together. And then grab my pita bread and cut it in half so I got a little pocket. Throw me some more butter on that pan, and then I'm going to throw that pita on there and let it kind of toast on both sides. And now for the ingredient that brings everything together. It's cheese, and you can use whatever kind you like. And because I got it, and well, you know me, I like everything a little on the spicy side, I'm going to top it with some jalapenos. And then I'm going to give everything a few minutes to melt nicely. And once it's nice and gooey chewy, I'm going to stuff that pocket. Stuff it. Stuff it real good. And let me tell you, it tastes just as good as I remember. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm out chasing the sunset. I'm sure it's going to be a beautiful one. It's kind of looking like we got about 45 minutes, maybe an hour before it hits. Now, when my kids were young, they used to swear you catch all the fish by the boat ramp. So I paddled my way down here to give it a shot, and well, I guess they were right, 'cause they sure was a biting tonight. I got the worm. Only problem was, I got myself so busy that I forgot to enjoy that sunset. more out, so I'm calling it a night. See you in the morning. Good morning. Oh, goodness. The birds are chirping and the sun ain't even out yet. It's a little chilly out here. Whew. I enjoyed every minute that you hung out with me this weekend. Nothing says good morning quite like a pot of whistling. Ooh, so warm, I hate to turn it off. It's supposed to rain today, so we're just gonna drink the coffee, watch the sunrise, and then pack up and head out. Hopefully we can see the sunrise with all these nasty clouds around. Well, it's so foggy today, I don't think it's gonna happen. Heck, I can't even see the trees, let alone the sun coming up over them. But that's all right, we'll save some of the good stuff for another day. Instead, I'll be swinging. Just a swinging. I guess I need to get on back to the campsite and get packed up before the rain comes in. But thank you, darling, for hanging out with me. And if you enjoyed this content and want to follow along, don't forget to subscribe, like, and push that little bell. It'll notify you the next time we can hang out.